Friday, 6:32 p.m. The last call ended like any other: a polite goodbye, a fake smile, and the faint echo of a disconnect tone. Then an email notification appeared. Just one line. Cold, efficient. Your position has been made redundant. For a few seconds, she thought it was a mistake. She refreshed the inbox. Nothing changed. The chat window went gray. Her headset beeped twice, and the lights above flickered as if even the office itself was tired of pretending. Outside, the sky was turning the color of bruised steel. Rain pressed softly against the glass, tracing thin lines down the reflection of her face, a face she barely recognized anymore. That night, she walked home through the city, still wearing her employee badge. Crowds rushed past her, people with places to go, voices to answer, lives to hold together. She, on the other hand, had silence, and in that silence, something unsettlingly honest began to whisper back. What if this wasn't the end? What if it was the first time the world stopped long enough for her to hear herself breathe? This is not a story about success. It's a story about losing everything noisy and finding something much rarer: stillness. Stay with me, because sometimes the sound that changes your life isn't the ringing of a phone. It's the moment it finally stops. Friday, 6:47 p.m. The office hums with the same tired rhythm: keyboards clicking, air conditioner humming, scripted smiles floating through the headset. Thank you for calling. My name is Mai. How can I assist you today? The words slip out of her like reflexes. Automatic, emotionless. The kind of sentences that don't belong to a person anymore, just a voice inside someone else's problem. Around her, a few coworkers are packing up. One hums a pop song softly. Another scrolls on her phone, already half gone from this place. The fluorescent lights buzz overhead, pale and unkind. Mai stares at the clock. 6:47. One more call, maybe two. Then the weekend, if you could still call 2 days of sleeping off exhaustion a weekend. Then it happens. A notification sound: ding. Her name flashes on the supervisor's screen. Then a message: HR wants to see you before you leave. Something cold slips down her spine. She puts her headset on the desk. Her hands are trembling, but she tries to hide it, brushing away a strand of hair that's been stuck to her cheek for hours. She stands, straightens her uniform shirt, and walks. The hallway feels longer than usual. The same posters on the wall. Stay positive. Smile through challenges. Each one feels like an insult now. Inside the HR room, there's only silence and paperwork. A polite nod. A printed letter. The tone is careful. Practice the way people talk when they've done this too many times. Mai, the company is going through restructuring. This has nothing to do with your performance. We truly appreciate your service. The words blur into a soft static in her head. Restructuring. Performance. Appreciation. All she hears is, "You're no longer needed." She nods, trying to look composed. She even forces a small smile, the same kind she gave to angry customers, to supervisors, to herself. When she steps outside, the air feels heavier. The hum of the computers fades behind her. Someone laughs in the break room. Someone else complains about traffic. The world keeps going. But for her, everything stops. She sits at her desk one last time, opens her inbox. There it is, the official email. Subject line: notice of termination, effective immediately. The screen glows against her face, making her look ghost-like. She reads the sentence twice, 3 times. It's only 20 words long, 20 words to erase 5 years. Her headset still rests beside her keyboard, coiled wire, twisted from endless calls. She picks it up one last time, pressing the soft padding against her ear. For a moment, she hears the faint echo of her own voice from earlier that day. Thank you for calling. The irony makes her want to laugh, but nothing comes out. Only a dry exhale. Outside the window, rain begins to fall, first gentle, then steady. The lights from the opposite building shimmer through the water like tiny ghosts moving across glass. She takes a slow breath and closes the laptop. The sound of the lid clicking shut feels final, like a door closing in a quiet room. She stands, takes her coat, and walks toward the elevator. Each step echoes through the empty corridor, bouncing off the sterile walls. Click, click, click. The elevator doors slide open. The metallic scent of rain drifts in through the lobby. She walks out into the street city lights, reflecting off the wet pavement, car horns echoing from a distance. The smell of fried food, exhaust, and rain mixes into something strangely comforting, like the scent of ordinary life continuing without her. She doesn't cry. Not yet. She just walks past the convenience store she always stopped at for cheap coffee, past the crosswalk where she'd wait every morning half asleep, past all the routines that used to define her. Tonight, the city feels louder, but inside her, everything has gone quiet. Saturday, 8:12 a.m. The alarm goes off out of habit. Mai reaches for her phone, eyes still half closed, ready to swipe snooze. Then she remembers there's nowhere to be. No headset waiting. No queue of angry customers. Just the quiet hum of her small apartment and the soft light spilling through thin curtains. She lies there for a moment, staring at the ceiling fan turning slowly, making faint clicking sounds like an old clock. The quiet feels wrong, too heavy, too empty. She used to complain about the noise at the office, the constant ringing, the artificial cheerfulness. Now she realizes silence can be louder. She sits up, wraps herself in a blanket, and makes coffee. The bitter smell fills the room sharp, grounding. The same instant coffee she used to drink before rushing out the door. But today, she has nowhere to rush. Her laptop sits on the table. The email is still there unread, but already memorized. She scrolls through job listings, half-heartedly. Customer support representative, must handle high-stress environments, strong communication skills. Her stomach tightens. The same scripts, the same cycle, the same cage. She shuts the screen. The click echoes like a whisper. Not yet. Outside, the city moves on without her. She watches through her window neighbors leaving for work. Children in uniforms, the old man from next-door watering plants. Everyone seems to have a direction. She feels like a comma in a sentence that never ends. By afternoon, she decides to clean. Not because she wants to, but because she needs something to fill the hours. She folds clothes, wipes surfaces, stacks books. The rhythm is mechanical but comforting. At least the room listens. Later that night, she scrolls through her old photos. Team dinners, birthdays, office selfies with captions like work family. She can't help but wonder how many of them even notice she's gone. She types a message to her old teammate, "Hey, how's everyone doing?" Then deletes it before hitting send. The rain starts again, tapping gently on the window. She turns off the lights, letting the glow from the street lamps paint soft patterns across her floor. For the first time in years, there's no headset on her ear. No script to follow, no fake smile to wear, just breath. And the unfamiliar sound of nothing. Sunday, 10:03 p.m. 2 days of silence. It's both comforting and cruel. She's discovering that quiet doesn't just reveal peace, it also reveals everything she's been avoiding. The doubt, the fear, the question she kept buried under noise. If I'm not Mai from customer service, then who am I? She opens a notebook, tries to write something, a plan, a list, anything. But only one sentence comes out. I don't know what I want anymore. The ink spreads slightly as if even the paper feels her hesitation. She closes the book, puts it aside, and lies down. The room hums with the low vibration of her refrigerator, steady, repetitive, familiar. It becomes the only sound left in the night. Her eyes grow heavy, but her thoughts don't stop. They swirl memories of phone calls, angry voices, her supervisor's flat tone, the sound of her own voice saying, "I understand," when she didn't. Now there's no voice left to perform, just her heartbeat slow, uncertain, real. She turns to face the window. Outside, the rain has stopped. The air looks clean, almost fragile. She doesn't know it yet, but this silence, this unbearable, unending quiet, is not the end of something. It's the first chapter of hearing herself again. Monday, 11:58 p.m. The apartment is dark except for the dim glow of her laptop screen. Job boards, job boards, job boards. She scrolls through hundreds of listings that all look the same. Customer service, data entry, assistant, temporary. Each one feels like déjà vu, a rerun of a life she's already tired of living. Her eyes burn, her shoulders ache, and her stomach twists in quiet protest. She hasn't eaten since morning. She tells herself she's just researching, but deep down, she knows she's stalling, searching for something that doesn't exist. The cursor blinks on an empty application form. It looks almost alive, pulsing, waiting for her to fill it with words she no longer believes. Name, Mai. Experience, 5 years of smiling for strangers. Reason for leaving, company restructuring. She stares at the words until they blur. Restructuring. Such a clean word for something that felt like a small death. Her hand trembles as she closes the tab. The room feels smaller tonight, the silence heavier. Even the refrigerator hum sounds distant now, like it's giving up on trying to comfort her. She picks up her phone, scrolls through social media. Everyone seems to be doing fine. New jobs, weekend brunches, smiling selfies. A friend posts, "Finally promoted after 3 years. Hard work pays off." Taps the heart button because that's what you do. You celebrate others even when you're falling apart. But after she sets the phone down, something inside her cracks. Quietly, without warning. Her breath catches, then quickens. She presses her palms to her face, but the tears come anyway, hot, uncontrollable, embarrassing even though no one's watching. Her chest tightens as the sobs shake through her. It's not just about the job, it's about everything. Every morning she forced herself to sound cheerful. Every night she came home too drained to even dream. Every time she said, "I'm fine," when she wasn't. Now the words have nowhere left to go. She cries until the tears blur into hiccups, until her throat burns and her hands ache from gripping the blanket too tightly. Then she hears it, the faint sound of rain outside, soft, persistent, like someone knocking gently on the window of her thoughts. She drags herself to the window, slides it open slightly. The cool air brushes her skin. The rain smells clean, metallic, and alive. She closes her eyes. For a moment, she just listens. The rhythm of the rain becomes something else, not noise, not comfort, but truth. It's been there every night, but she never noticed. Too busy performing, too busy surviving. Now, with nothing left to protect, she lets the sound in. And somewhere between the raindrops and her heartbeat, she whispers not to anyone, but to herself. Maybe this is what real feels like. Tuesday, 6:14 a.m. She wakes up on the couch, blanket tangled around her legs, the room faintly lit by morning gray. Her face feels swollen, her throat dry, but the heaviness, it's different. It's quieter. She sits up slowly, listening to the soft dripping of leftover rain outside. The air feels lighter, like something broke open during the night. For the first time in a long while, she doesn't rush to open her laptop. She doesn't check emails. She just sits, letting the quiet stretch across the room like sunlight. It's the same silence that scared her days ago. But now, it feels almost gentle. Something shifts small, invisible, but real. The kind of shift that happens not with noise, but with surrender. And though she doesn't know it yet, that small surrender is the beginning of her rebuild. Wednesday, 7:22 a.m. The rain has stopped. The city wakes in slow motion, scooters humming, street vendors setting up, the faint aroma of steamed buns floating through the air. May steps outside for the first time in days. No destination, no plan. Just the need to breathe air that doesn't smell like her apartment walls. The pavement still glistens from last night's storm. She walks without hurry, feeling the morning sun brushing across her face. Faint, but real. Every sound, the sweep of a broom, the hiss of boiling tea feels sharper, like her senses are rebooting. She stops by a small cafe at the corner. It's one she's passed 100 times before on her way to work, but never entered. Today, she steps inside. The doorbell chimes softly, a warm, human sound. Inside, quiet jazz hums from a speaker, and 2 customers sit by the window, sketching in notebooks. Something about that image ink moving across paper, people lost in their own worlds, pulls her in. She orders a black coffee and sits by the window, watching the sunlight pour through glass and shadow. The smell of roasted beans mixes with the faint scent of rain-soaked pavement. She takes out her phone, opens the Notes app, then closes it again. The screen feels sterile, cold. Her eyes wander toward the sketchers again. One of them shades a cup of coffee, pausing occasionally to study the light. Something stirs inside her chest, faint, almost forgotten. A memory, a high school art class, charcoal stains on her fingers. Her teacher's voice saying softly, "You see things differently, Mai. Don't lose that." She had, though, somewhere between survival and routine, she'd traded wonder for stability. She finishes her coffee, leaves a few coins on the table, and I walk straight to a bookstore nearby. Her fingers trace across the shelves until she finds it, a small spiral sketchbook. Blank. Waiting. She hesitates for a moment, then buys it. That evening, she sits by her window. The city outside glows orange with sunset. She opens the sketchbook, the paper crisp under her fingertips. She doesn't know what to draw, so she starts with something simple, the cup of coffee sitting beside her. The first lines are shaky. Her hand feels unsure, her confidence rusted. But slowly, the strokes find rhythm, the curve of the cup, the shadow under it, the faint steam rising like a ghost. She exhales. For the first time in weeks, her thoughts are quiet, not from emptiness, but from focus. The night deepens. The city hums softly below her window. She keeps sketching. It's nothing special, just graphite on paper, but to her, it feels like life returning in whispers. Every line says, "I'm still here." A week later, the cafe has become her morning ritual. The barista knows her name now. The sketchbook is half full: people, streets, plants, the patterns of sunlight through glass. She's not chasing a dream yet, just listening to the quiet, one page at a time. One morning, a stranger leans over from the next table. "Your drawings are really calming," he says, smiling shyly. "Do you sell them?" Mai laughs softly. "No, just for myself." But that night, she can't stop thinking about it. She opens her laptop again, not to scroll job boards, but to search freelance design work. For the first time since the layoff, she types something that makes her heart quicken: a small profile, a portfolio, a new beginning. She uploads a few of her sketches. Her hands tremble, but it's not fear this time. It's something else. Hope. As she closes the laptop, the rain begins again. Gentle, rhythmic, familiar. But now it sounds different. Not lonely. Alive. She looks out at the city lights, sketchbook open on her desk, and whispers, almost smiling, "Maybe quiet isn't so bad after all." 3 months later, the desk by her window has changed. Where there once sat a dusty laptop and empty coffee cups, there are now stacks of paper, colored pencils, and a small drawing tablet she bought secondhand. Morning light filters through the curtains, warm and soft, illuminating the soft gray of her sketchbook pages. Mai sits there every day now. Her mornings begin not with alarms, but with purpose. Coffee in one hand, pen in the other. It started small, a logo for a friend's bakery, then a flyer for a yoga class. Then a cafe owner messaged her saying, "I saw your art online. Could you design a menu?" The first time she got paid for her drawings, she cried. Not from pride, but from disbelief that something made by her own hands could matter to someone else. She's not rich, not even close. Some days the money barely covers rent, but every time she finishes a project, she feels something her old job never gave her: quiet satisfaction. Tuesday, 10:48 p.m. Mai leans back in her chair, rubbing her eyes. The glow of the screen reflects faintly on her face, a half-finished poster for a flower shop. She's been at it for hours, adjusting colors, balancing text, chasing that tiny moment where everything feels right. Outside, the city hums. The neon sign from the opposite building flickers through her window, flashing between pink and blue. She glances at her old headset on the shelf. She kept it, not out of sentiment, but as a reminder, a relic of who she used to be, a symbol of the noise she escaped. Now her life moves to a different rhythm, softer, slower, but real. She works, she walks, she sketches, she breathes. Sometimes she still doubts herself. Sometimes she worries that it's all temporary, that the world could take it away again. But when those thoughts come, she remembers the night she cried in the rain and how the silence afterward didn't destroy her. It rebuilt her. Thursday, 6:05 p.m. Her phone buzzes a new message. A client leaves a short note. "This design is perfect. You really understood what I wanted." She reads it twice, smiling. That's all she ever wanted to understand, to connect, to create something that felt true. She turns off the screen and steps onto her balcony. The sunset is spilling over the city, soft orange melting into violet. The smell of rain lingers from earlier, mixed with the faint scent of jasmine. For a moment, she closes her eyes and listens. Distant laughter, the rustle of wind through trees, a motorbike passing by. All ordinary sounds, all beautiful now. She remembers how months ago she feared silence like it was an enemy. But silence, she realizes, was never the problem. It was the emptiness she filled it with. Now, that silence holds her new life. Later that night, she opens her sketchbook again. The first page, the one with the shaky coffee cup, still makes her smile. She flips through pages filled with progress, experiments, failures, small victories. Each one is a chapter. Each one whispers, "You kept going." She draws a new picture, a small window with morning light shining through. Underneath it, she writes in tiny letters, "The rebuild isn't loud, it's steady." She puts the pencil down, leans back, and exhales. The same apartment, the same city, but a different heartbeat. Outside, thunder rumbles far away, like a reminder that storms will always come. But this time, she's not afraid. She knows where to return when it passes to the quiet she once ran from. Sunday, 6:03 a.m. The first light of dawn drifts through thin curtains, painting soft gold over her desk. A half-finished drawing waits beside an empty cup of coffee, a logo designed for a small bakery owned by a woman she met at the cafe months ago. Maya stretches slowly, her body heavy with the calm fatigue of creation. She looks at the drawing again, and this time, she smiles. Not because it's perfect, but because it exists, because she made it. Outside, the street vendors are already setting up their stalls. The smell of bread and fresh coffee wafts through the open window. The city is waking, and so is she. She remembers how mornings used to feel alarm blaring, bus schedules, the rush to become a voice on a headset before sunrise. Back then, she never noticed how beautiful 6 a.m. could be, how alive the quiet could sound. Now she sits in that same hour, still early, still quiet, but this time, she owns it. She turns the page in her sketchbook. The last page is blank. She hesitates for a moment, then writes across it in delicate pencil strokes. "I didn't lose my life that day. I just lost the noise." She reads the words again, feeling something tighten, not sadness, but gratitude. Losing the job wasn't the end. It was an unintentional gift, the kind wrapped in pain first, peace later. She closes the book gently. The sound of the cover meeting paper feels final, yet soft, like the closing scene of a film where the camera lingers, not to finish, but to breathe. Later that morning, she steps out with her sketchbook under her arm. The streets are still damp from dawn rain, and puddles reflect slices of blue sky between the buildings. She walks to the cafe, her cafe, now the one that had once been just a place to hide. Now it feels like a small chapter of her own story. The barista greets her with a grin. "Good morning, Mai." "The usual?" She nods, smiling back. At her usual table, sunlight spills across the surface, turning her sketchbook pages into small mirrors of gold. She opens it, sketching without thinking, the barista's hands, the steam curling above the cup, the reflection of light in glass. Every motion is slow, mindful, alive. There's no pressure, no audience, no need to be more, just presence. Her phone buzzes a notification, a message from a new client. Someone found her portfolio online and wants to commission an illustration. She reads it, exhales, and laughs quietly. It's happening again, but this time she doesn't rush. She finishes her sketch first. The city hums outside, horns, voices, footsteps, but none of it drowns her out anymore. She's learned how to listen through it, to find the rhythm beneath the chaos. As the morning brightens, she sits back, looking out of the window. People hurry past the same way she once did, and she wonders how many of them are running from the same thing she found in the end: quiet. A soft wind moves through the open door, fluttering the pages of her sketchbook. She lets it. In that moment, she doesn't think about tomorrow or next month or what she's supposed to be. She just watches the light shift across the room and smiles. The kind of smile that doesn't need to be seen. The kind that happens when you finally come home to yourself. Voiceover, closing narration. "When I lost my job, I thought I'd lost my voice." But silence. It was never empty. It was waiting for me to listen, to breathe, to begin again. The soft sound of pencil on paper fades under the gentle hum of morning. Coffee cups clink. The city awakens. And somewhere in the stillness, a quiet heart, once broken, beats steady again.